Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil lay inside your box now while the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Serbs in this beautiful, magnanimous, illustrious, most high place to be, La Merca Superior Palace 81 Production Studios revamped episode 31 Block Market Crash. Damn, son. It's a block market crash, bruh. What's going on? What's up with y'all, yo? Is everything all right? Did you have a great time over the weekend? Did you not? What was the dilly, son? I want to know. Let your homie Big Serbs know the dilly. Because today we have a very special, action-packed fucking broadcast to give you live. Even though it's not a broadcast, we gonna give it to you live with your boy. You know what I'm saying? We got Presley in the cut. We got Roosevelt. We got a new dresser. What, son? You got a new dresser? Yes. My mama threw my old dresser out, bruh, and I really hated it, bruh. I was gone for a minute, living with my grandma. She threw it away. I was very sad, bruh. I had R.I.P. Sunshine on there. I had a bunch of shit that I just, when I was a youngin', I was fucking obliterating everything, bruh, with anything I could get my hands on. Mops, markers. I didn't really have spray cans, fucking chisels, you know what I mean, pens, Sharpies. And so I got this new pearly white dresser from IKEA. You got no idea the price. But yeah, bro, and it's super cool. I got all my Pokemon sitting plush. Little dollies right there. I got Hypno, Squirtle, Japanese plush, Sableye, Feraligatr, Giratina altered in origin form, Regigigas, and Empoleon, Darkrai, and then on my TV stand I got Baggin and Alakazam. So it was cool, man. I bought this white dresser from IKEA, and it was only $1 flat. They wanted to charge me $50 for the, like $55, I think, for the delivery. Oh, no, for the assembly, and then $20 for the delivery. I said, yo, that's almost a whole $1 on top of the $1 that I was already gonna pay for. And I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna do that, bruh. Y'all got me fucked up, IKEA, thinking that, you know, you're only gonna have like 2 stores in the fucking SoCal region, and thinking that's what they're thinking, that motherfuckers is just gonna be buying shit and have it already assembled so they could just send it and they could make a whole bunch of money off it. Your boy Big Serbs is the son of a mechanic. Big Serbs the handyman up in this piece. I used to be Big Serbs the handyman. Now I'm the handyman assembling the dresser. You know, my pops got it started for me. He bought some tools for me from his work. He had a power drill and fucking nails, bullets, bitches, blunts, candies, orangutans, fangs, and shit that goes bang. And I'm just playing. But he got it started for me. He did like the first 2, like the sides of the dresser. And they give you like a picture of like some dude scratching his head looking like a dumb fuck. and it has an X on it, so you shouldn't be that guy. And then another picture, it's the dumb fuck with the wrench, and then a homie with the pencil in his hair, and they have like a check mark. So I was telling my pops, you know, the dumb fuck with the wrench, that's me, and the dude with the pencil in his ear looking smart as fuck, that's you, Pop. And I told him, I'm like, I don't want to fuck this up. You know, I don't want to split the wood because I'm not buying another one of these things, bro. We getting one and done, bro. We getting one, we getting it done, and that's it, bro. So, Pops, he got it started for me. Shout out to Pops. King Louis, 40 Sonny, 67, Sonny. Got it started for me. And then I just built the rest. I built the drawers and then the rest of this shit. And it's really crazy, bro, because when you think about it, you could just do that with anything, whether it be, you know, a fucking nightstand or a lamp or some shit like that, or to some big shit like a house. Granted, building a house takes fucking forever. They're building new homes by my house. So they're building new houses by my house. And I'm just seeing everything go down over there. And it's funny because one of the newer houses on the block over there, we took pictures with the homie. Shout out to Jesse. You know what I mean? Jesse was cool, but like I always had like this undertone. Like if he was like, I don't know, bro. The homie Jesse, he's kind of weird. Like I got a sixth sense, and I could read people like really good, even though like as smart as they think they are, or as cunning as they think they might be. I know a person just off of energy, and his whole energy was like, I don't know, he was kind of like a slime ball. Kind of reminded me of Chava Style, but me, Chava Style, my cousin Mufasa, we took pictures and while they were building the houses, so it didn't have a door yet because they needed to go in and work on the interior with the beams and all that. But we took pictures in there. And it's so funny because I actually want to go over to one of the people over there and be like, hey, do you know I was in your house before you were and shit? And they're going to be like, what? I'm going to be like, later, son. So, but yeah, I got this dresser over here. I have my fucking, since before then I had, you know, my clothes, my socks, and my pants and shit, and trash bags and shit, looking like real bummy shit over here. But you know, I could have bought this dresser fucking like 2 years ago, bro. Like I don't know why it took so long, you know, but I was just always getting high and drinking and shit, and I wasn't thinking about getting a new dresser and shit. So it's not like I didn't have the money. I definitely have the money to afford me a fucking new dresser, you know, but it's just, it's all where your mind is at, man. You got to get your mind right. When you don't have your mind right, your eyes off the ball, your eyes off the pussy, and it's all about the pussy, son. So you always got to make sure you hit it right, make sure you're protected, and make sure your girl gets tested, because some things, you know what I mean? Fucking, you don't want to be like ODB, you know, got burned once, but that was only gonorrhea, you know. So it was cool, man. I had a cool weekend, you know. What did I do? Saturday, I think I just kicked back. Yeah, I was kicking back. I don't really get a rest, man. So when you could really chill, I was just chilling, bruh. And then yesterday, it was Mudkip Community Day, so I went to the mall. It was a shitload of people for it being a mall. So I made a little video and shit, gonna post it on my channel, Game of Serbs. And this couple was arguing outside, and it was fucking funny to me. Like, this fool was like cherry red in the face. He was mad as fuck. And I don't know what they were arguing about, but it looked like some petty shit. And I remember his girl, because I was walking in and out of the building of the mall, because I was going to the parking lot, getting my wallet, came back by some shoes. I got some Stan Smith, some pearly white vanilla bean Stan Smith Adidas. Shout out to Pusha T. They're hard as fuck. I haven't got no low top shits like that, joints like that, since I bought some Vans like years and years ago. I haven't owned a pair of Vans since like I was like a senior in high school, which is already years ago already. At least 5. So it was cool that I got some low tops. I have this ugly habit of buying shoes and not wearing them, man, because I don't be going out and shit. And the floor in my house be kind of dirty. So I'm really fucking myself out of my money by not wearing my shoes. To be honest, I like looking at them. I like just buying them to just look at them and know that I got them so I could wear them whenever. But I don't know. I'm just a fucking hoarder like that. My whole thing is just buying shit and fucking just having it. I don't know why. I got mean hoarder. I've been developing mean hoarder tendencies ever since I got sober. So I'm playing Pokemon, and this chick is like, "Well, if you're just gonna leave, if we're just gonna end it, just end it." And he's like, "No, that's not the point." And I'm like, "Oh hell no!" That's how you know this conversation ain't about shit, cause you ain't gonna catch Big Serbs outside of a Dave and Buster's. Like, well, fuck it, if you're gonna leave, just leave. Like, no, like if a bitch ever did some sneaky shit to me where I got a debate about it, I'd be like, "Bye, bitch. Get the fuck out of my life," because we don't even, over here on this side in La Merca Superior, we don't even do that shit. Like, if you just want to figure your life out, if you're still trying to figure out if you have feelings, you want to express feelings, you don't know how you dealing with shit, that's cool, bro. But you're not going to fucking break my heart while doing that shit. I've already experienced that shit enough already. Enough is enough. The whole In-N-Out shit is for the animal style burgers with the animal style French fries, son. That's the only In-N-Out shit we doing over here. Besides that, I'm not gonna have my feelings being played around by no fucking flip-floppity bitch. These ain't no Crocs. This ain't no Croc love. I seen a fucking long ass Croc line in the mall. I said, "Damn, this is for the fucking Croc store?" And some lady looked at me. I'm like, "They don't even make good shoes." And all laughing and shit. Because they know Croc makes horrible shoes. If you got Crocs on right now, jump off. If you got Crocs on right now and you on the second level of a house, just jump off. Jump out a window right now. Even if it's the first floor and you wearing Crocs right now, jump out the window, son. Land in a pile of shit and roll around in the grass, bruh. Because that's lame. Crocs is like for fucking like fucking Google workers who just work, who do their work from a fucking laptop connected to a charger while they're laying on a fucking beanbag chair all day, and they got the food court full of just food that they just eat all day, and they think that they're fucking balancing out their diet because they eat fucking McDonald's in the morning, chili dogs for lunch, and then fucking pizza for dinner, but they balance it out by eating fucking trail mix while they work. I don't know. I kind of went on a tantrum, whatever the fuck, however you call it. I had a pretty good weekend up until the point my sister showed up. My sister, I love her to death, but she, along with a lot of other people, I've just made stupid mistakes that I'm not ready to forgive people like her for. You know what I mean? And we all got family issues like that. I know it's not socially acceptable to be fucking talking about your family, talking down on your family and shit like that, but it is what it is, bro. My sister knows I got mad love for her, but you know, it's just white lies cover black lines. You feel what I'm saying? And I hope that you guys don't think about that too much. It is what it is. But I've been really trying to work on my relationship with my sister, try to be around her more. But it's going to be a long time before I ever feel, comfortable around her, just because some things transpired, some real life shit transpired. It's not like, well, she's a bitch, and it's like for no reason, like, bro, like, she know what it is. So, and like all my listeners, if you could relate, man, you know what I'm saying, bro. It's just, or maybe you don't know what I'm saying. You live like a happy fucking Brady Bunch life. That's y'all. But Big Serbs has experienced real things in life that I hope nobody really has gone through. And if you gone through shit like this, like false accusations, disloyalty, being outcasted by your own family, And then I'm here, bro. Let me know. Not even in the comments, just hit me up, be like, yo, Big Serbs, that's some crazy shit, because we'll talk about it. But, my pops, God bless my pops, he be fucking ordering an expensive ass pizza, because he wants me to be around, my sister and shit like that. And I get it, so I was just sticking around just to eat and, so we could watch Boba Fett after she left and stuff. But yeah, man, it's still awkward, whenever I'm around some family members. So that's why I don't like being around my family members. My family members, they more so don't like being around me. So that's what made me not like being around them. It's kind of like when you're hanging around someone and you just feel like this weird vibe, like if they don't want to fuck with you, you should really listen to that vibe, bro, that feeling you have, bro, because it's not out of thin air, bro. Like your soul, it's a soul thing, it's an energy thing, and your spirit knows when somebody is just on bullshit. So we got serious shit to talk about. There was a mass shooting in Sacramento, I think on the third, like at 2 a.m. From what I can gather on the news, it was a gang-related incident between two groups of people. Allegedly, it was a gang-related dispute. 3 people have been arrested, 6 were killed, and 12 were wounded, which is really sad, bruh. More than 100 shell casings were found after shots broke out, and this is just sad, bruh, because I know Caliucci's did a show that night somewhere by, because this was in downtown, somewhere by the area, and I didn't even know gangs were in Sacramento. Like, really? Like, the gang shit is just, like, too crazy, bro, at this point, and I don't fuck with it, bro. I don't. This is why I never joined a gang. This is why when people get in gangs, like, after they're 18, it's really weird. Like, if you were never born in it, raised in it, if you're trying to rep a hood that you've never been on, like, let's just say, because I know this dude is famous right now, the 55th Street Crips. If you're trying to bang 55th Street and you've never been on that street before in the hood, in my opinion, you're not a reputable member. You're just like, it's like these fucking, like these Grape Street gangs that, that they're in New Jersey and shit, but they've never been to LA. It's like, yeah, I guess in your hood, wherever you guys get crazy, I guess that's where, if you're really from there, then yeah, I guess you have the stripes. But until you've actually been on Grape Street, on the tierra, like, you're not really legit. I'm not trying to talk down on anybody. I'm not trying to say gangs are bad, but gangs are definitely not good, bro. Especially not when you shooting motherfuckers in the middle of the street. Like, come on now, bro. We're like kind of in this point where mass shootings, school shootings, mall shootings, this shit is like, it's become like some sort of soap opera that people watch now, and they just talk about it and they bullshit about it. I'm really like, I've had enough, bruh. I want to get to the point where I want to stop talking about this shit, but I know if I stop talking about this shit, the energy is just going to continue being in this weird limbo place of entertainment, on the border of entertainment and sorrow and shit. So, and I know a very special friend of mine was like in the area when this shit went down. That's why it's kind of a little more personal to me that this shit went down in Sacramento. I get LA, I can get Long Beach, but in Sacramento, Sacktown, bruh, come on now. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Can't y'all like motherfucker, what's his name? John Witherspoon, rest in peace. He said it best on Friday. You motherfuckers is scared. They take an ass whipping. Like, that's just really what it is, bro. Y'all out here running around with guns, thinking you're fucking the Punisher, thinking that you're the illest villain since fucking, I don't know what the fuck, but we gotta stop this shit, bruh. We really gotta stop. I don't know what gangs it was. I don't know. I don't give a fuck like what it was about. We just really need to put the guns down, bro. If you really need to rep your set or gangbang, use your fist, bro. Cause that's how it started out in the 70s and shit. Fools didn't have guns and shit running around with straps and ARs. Nah, man, maybe you knew one homie who had a pistol, but that was like really like for emergency cases, like fucking if the shit was really gonna go down, then you get the strap. And it's not like everyone had a strap, everyone had their dukes, everyone put their fist up. You get knocked the fuck out and you live to fight another day. I love that movie, but yeah, this shit was alarming, bro. So I had to talk about it for the podcast. And speaking of gangs, El Salvador was in a state of emergency. 62 gang members were killed in like the period of 24 hours, which is crazy because I don't see how more people aren't being more concerned about this. Yeah, we'll talk about Mexico and the corruption, but if we really want to talk about it, El Salvador is just one big gang country, and all they're doing is sending more gang members to prison, which is literally where the gangs have more control from. The gangs, all the killings and shit that happen like in SoCal, especially from, let's say, because I'm not gonna say a specific group, but let's just say a specific group controls a bunch of neighborhoods. Most of the time, the killings don't happen on behalf of the neighborhoods. It happens from the pinta, the prisons, the shot callers in prisons, and the information gets spread onto the streets, and then in the streets, the violence happens on behalf of the shot callers in prison. That's just how it goes down. So sending them to prison is like literally enabling and encouraging the gang violence. If we built less prisons and more gang reform schools or shit like that, you know, I feel like that'd be a better way to approach it than just sending them to prison. Like, they're using the gang violence in El Salvador to strip the freedoms of people. And I understand that these are violent gang members, but putting them in a can or in a cell is just literally going to make it worse. And I don't see how everybody thinks this is the right way to approach this. I mean, I'm probably not the only one speaking out. This is just my perspective because I love Salvadorians. A lot of Salvadorian mommies are pretty. And there's a long historical history between Salvadorians and Mexicans and how we don't like each other or whatever the bullshit was. I'm just fed up with the bullshit. You know, we could do a lot better by aligning ourselves with each other and not killing each other over dumb shit, bruh. And I feel like it's up to the parents to really fucking raise their kids right, bruh, because there's so many kids want to be loved, man, and they feel like the gang shit is the way to go. And I feel like all gang members, it's like the fucking Star Wars, the Jedi and the Sith, bro. The Jedi, I guess you could say, are like the square citizens who know about the fucking gang shit and they just chose not to be in it. Like my father grew up. He didn't grow up, but in his baby years, he was in the Bow Heights hood, and he remembers what it was like, how hot the block was, and that's why he's not a gang member. He don't got tattoos, and he's sober, and he's been sober for like fucking years. He kind of had a drinking thing, but he was far from an alcoholic. Or maybe he was kind of like alcoholic at some point, but I mean, if he ever was, he was a high functioning because whatever, right? That don't really matter. But as far as the Sith shit, I just feel like that's gang members who never experienced love and they turn their absence of love in a just a strong hatred for everybody else who's not with down with their set. So I'm gonna pray for El Salvador, man. I just want everybody in El Salvador to live peacefully. Hopefully, I pray that everything gets squared away over there. Cause it's crazy, man. There's been like a long history of killings and gang warfare between two big gangs in El Salvador. And if you know, you know, and if you don't, you know, I'm not encouraging you to be a fucking police or something, but just do the knowledge, bro. It's just like, how many more innocent people are gonna be killed before we finally realize? What was it all for? Like, do y'all have to wipe each other out completely before you guys learn and shit? I don't know. Some things to think about. I've been really on this like Adam 22 binge where I've just been watching his videos because I think he's kind of interesting. I used to think he was just a weird white boy that, you know, the fame, the infamy he's gained fell on his lap, bruh. And I feel like he should kind of do a better job at being responsible for his content. I just find that what the information he solicits should be done so more carefully, because I know he has real street people on his podcast, on his YouTube shit. So Adam 22, man, and plus I didn't really like the fact that I feel like he bit the La Merca Superior Angel. You know, he had like this little design he did, I think, for clothes or something with like a mask and a whatever. That's not really important. What the important thing is, you know, the streets on YouTube, yeah, it looks cool, it's glamorous, is thug life, this and that, but this is real shit, bruh. And motherfuckers really get killed over shit like this. Like when the dude who filmed the Crit Mac DP, that fool got shot a bunch of fucking times. So I just want Adam 22 to be more a little careful. I kind of do want to speak about this more on his podcast. And, you know, I don't want to long talk this shit. It's just kind of like just what I feel. You know, I seen the Sharp interviews, which is very interesting. I'm like, who the fuck is Sharp? Like, what kind of name is that? But Sharp the P, you know, I think he won the players ball or whatever. Is it the? I don't even know. That's how like out of the loop of this shit. Like I am on that side of things. I know the Players Cup or whatever. I think he won one or something like that very recently, or maybe last year. So I seen some funny shit, him talking to some chick on Adam's channel or whatever. So I just thought that was interesting. But, you know, I just think that's very interesting, bro. The streets is always going to be out there for people to watch. But once you really get down to it and see how it really is, there ain't nothing glamorous about it, bro. I mean, I guess there's good and bad things about everything, but it's just like the streets is no good if you're looking to be a part of something. It's better to be a part of who you truly are than to try to be on YouTube and kind of like take on this character that you're not. Because I know people who, after watching YouTube videos or they know somebody connected to somebody who's connected to the streets, they want to all of a sudden be fucking Crip or Blood or this or that. And it's like, you don't just say it, bro. Like, you don't fucking go on Twitter and start putting a bunch of C's or like C's for K's or K for C's and think you're a big Pyru or big Crippin', like just because you know your homie's a Crip or your homie's a Crip, so you're a Crip by affiliation. It don't work like that, bruh. I've known Crips, I've known Bloods. Like I say, man, like I like saying, I got black homies in Mexican gangs. I know Mexican homies and black gangs. So it's kind of like I respect the streets. I respect everybody's ties. But when you not from there, when you grown up in the fucking sunny side of Ontario, you've never seen the streets, and all of a sudden you want to be Big Crip now, it's kind of embarrassing, bro, because you're real homies that have known you and shit, and they seen where you're from and they seen what you're about, and all out of nowhere you just want to be something that you're not. It's fucking weird. It kind of creeps me out to see a couple people, bless you, boy, it kind of creeps me out that people would even kind of perpetuate themselves like as if they're this person that they're not, because I could really take you to where you think you're from and you get marked out. You know, I've known this Pomona Crip. If you try to bang Pomona Crip, okay, I'll take you to this fool's hood and we'll see who the fucking Crip is, bro. Very fast. Very, very fast. And that's not a threat. I'm not trying to be like fucking the scared straight homie over here. I'm just saying I know how it is. From the drug taking to the alcohol abusing to the set banging, bro. It's all part of the same shit that you need to watch out for, bro. Because this shit could go downhill very fast. And I'm not trying to lecture nobody. I'm not trying to make this the gang intervention podcast. I'm just speaking on my piece, bro. I kind of, fucking made this shit, but we talking about it, so fuck it. We gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? The 2022 Grammys happened, and one of my favorite girls won. Two of my favorite girls, SZA and Doja Cat, for Kiss Me More. They won. Is it like the pop single of the century or something like that? Let me see. I got it. Don't even trip. Pop duo group performance slash. Yeah, I fucking love that song. Boy, we're young and we ain't got nothing to lose. I fucking love that song. I'm probably gonna have my first Scorpio baby to that song, to be honest, cause fucking that's an awesome song. Olivia Rodrigo won a bunch of them, I think, or I don't know. I think so. And then we have Family Ties with Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem. That's dope, man. That's something I was always shooting for, man, to get a Grammy at least with the fam. That's dope, bro. I think, we haven't, as a culture, been represented in the Grammys. Like, how many Mexicans have won a Grammy? Can I look this up? How many Mexicans have won a Grammy? La pistola y el corazón. Me gustas tal como what? I'm trying to press on it, but it's not. Oh, Vicente Fernandez? What? Okay. But yeah, like I'm saying, but they're not rappers though. They're like singers. I'm not trying to include singers. I'm talking like Sick Jack and Big Duke, fucking OGZ. Like, have they won a Grammy? No, bruh. So it's kind of like we need to be represented. But I'm glad Doja Cat got it, and SZA. I'm glad Kendrick got it. Baby Keem. That's dope, bro. We gotta take our wins, bro, and fuck the losses, bro. We gotta take the wins as a champagne of victory, bro. The 795 EP anniversary happened on the 5th, and we dropped that in 2016. Me and my cousin Mufasa, that was his first shit, and it was pretty. The shit he was saying, bro. Like, his shit still goes on. I mean, granted, not everybody says some real shit, but if you're saying real shit, it's gonna stand the test of time. I was featured on it. on Eye of Truth. At that time, I was only like a year. I was only like rapping for a year. So really, it was just like one of my first, not really one of my first songs, but just like one of my first projects that I was able to debut on. I mean, can I really say that? I know I dropped like 9 projects my first year rapping in 2015 when I started. I dropped 9. I dropped 9 of them. I think my first joint actually was 2015. So I had Lucy's, I had Dark and Colorful. Then in January, I think I dropped Lovesick EP. Oh man, I don't know if I dropped anything February. But then I dropped Vanguard, the Crypt Creeper. Then my second mixtape, Life and Death. Worthless Versus EP in June. July, I don't think I dropped anything. August, I don't think I dropped anything. September, nothing. October, I don't know. November, I dropped Tunes and Boons, and then I dropped Tally the Corpses in fucking the first day of Dia de los Muertos. I dropped Tunes and Boons, and I think the second day I dropped Tally the Corpses. So that's 8. I'm missing one. I'm fucking missing one. I don't know. Maybe it was the Blue Era tape, which was just. Oh, I dropped Solo 5 Singles 1. I think that was like in July. I think that was in July, so that's 9. Yeah. The Blue Era tape was just a mixtape that I never put out, I think. But that was just like a bunch of Lucy's that I had did. So that was all. Oh, and then the 795 EP, which was 2016, which is really, really interesting. I dropped between March, April, May. So in March, I dropped Vanguard, Tales from, Tales from the Crypt. I forgot. So that's fucking 10. Tales from the Crypt was in January. Lovesick was Valentine's, February. Vanguard was March. Tales from the Crypt. I already said it. The Crypt Creeper EP was April, and then May was fucking Life and Death. So I dropped the 795 EP while I was still in school, and man, I couldn't wait to graduate. If you told me, man, you still got like another, hang on, man, you got like a month, like 2 months, man, I'd be like, man, this shit, I couldn't graduate fucking any slower at that point, bro, because I was really going through it. You know, Raul had just killed himself. They transferred me schools and shit because they fucking considered me a liability to the school, so fuck that school. But I still, even though they transferred me, I still ended up graduating. Suck a dick. Shout out to Mr. Anacchini over here fucking, man, he needed me to graduate, so man, he snuck me back into fucking graduation, like fucking when you sneak the homie into the club and shit underage. So that was some dope shit. But yeah, man, the 795 EP anniversary was the 5th, and it's super crazy, bro. Like, if you were to tell me in 6 years you fucking, you got your own, you'd have your own podcast and fucking you're in a Pokemon and you're sober now and all this shit, I'd be like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you talking about, man? But I'm real proud of my cousin. He got serious about his music shit, and we did the joint. We like, I'll say like 90, 98, 90, 96% of all his music that we made ended up on a project. And that was the whole thing with me. You got to drop bodies of work. And even then, like fools weren't coming out with projects or albums. It was always, dropping fucking singles. And I never was with the single game, bro. It was always, you need a project. You need to show people that you could make an album, because I know homies at the time who just drops nothing but singles and shit, and that shit fucking was horrible. Like, I don't know what you trying to do, but this shit ain't eating. This shit ain't eating, cuz. So shout out to my cousin. We pretty much made that whole tape on my old laptop, my old MacBook, in at my tia's house in a garage in Pomona. It was really cool because I think um when we were recording in her garage, I think my uncle had just moved in there, so we barely had any space to be recording. But it was super cool, man. It just took me back, and I remember telling my he's not my Theo, but I consider him my Theo because he's just a good family friend, and he's been around since before I was even born with the family. So no, I told him, I'm like, I used to work with this one fool. We fell out over some like petty shit, and I was just telling him about it. My Theo Nono was just like, man, fuck that fool, dog. You don't need nobody, dog. Like, just do you. Like, your music is dope. And like, that's the thing, bro. When you're making music, you need an affirmation, because if not, you're gonna be suspended in this weird, like, should I keep doing this? Should I not? That's why most people, if they do make music, they stop, because no one told them, bro, keep going. You need that, bro. I don't give a fuck what people say. You need that. You need someone to be like, man, fuck that. You're dope, man. Or at least someone be like, yo, this is dope. You know what I mean? But to have somebody close to you, a family friend, a relative, just be like, yo, your shit is dope. And I know some of my good uncles, they fuck with my music at that time. I was just starting out. So for them to be like, yeah, bro, like, keep it going. It was just dope, man. So 795 EP, bro, that shit brings me back to all of that. And, thank God, bro. Thank God for my family, my cousin, and just the whole experience, bro, because it made me into a better artist, a better man, just everything better in general that I got to experience that. So go listen to it. It's on my YouTube. It's on my SoundCloud page. I don't do the SoundCloud thing anymore because they're lame. I don't do Bandcamp. They're lame too. Block Market Crash is out now, available for streaming on my YouTube page and Instagram, featuring production by Float Lucid, The Historian, Sally Ghost, Sadhu Gold, K Slugger, Nephew Hesh, Fluent, NC, Spark the Lie, aka Nelonius, DiBiase, and then we have Chava Styles, Mufasa, Flashes Clayton, and P Killer. This was gonna be CSI 2, but I'm not really into the sequels right now. Like, for me, the sequel has to be better than the first one. So I feel like me calling it Cocaine Cell Itself Part 2 would be a big disservice to CSI, Cocaine Cell Itself, because the first one was just a little different. Yes, it was a compilation just like this one of a lot of songs I already had, but it's in a different chamber, It's kind of a little different. So that's why we named this the Block Market Crash, because the stock market crash was the change of energy in America. So the Roaring 20s, as it was, people were having fun and gambling, and everyone was all fat and happy. Then the stock market crashed and everything changed. It started the Great Depression. People lost their homes, their lives, their livelihoods. So, I always want to produce an idea, a good idea, that is a picture for you to see. And the cover is actually when the stock market crashed. I'm assuming those were businessmen. They weren't, I don't know how wealthy people were back then, but I'm sure anybody who had stocks in the market were pretty well off to do. So they were all outside in front of the building on Wall Street. And that's the cover right there. And I flipped it a little bit. I gave it, like the Wiz Khalifa Wake and Bacon letters. And I really like the cover, man. When it's spontaneous and I don't really have to think about it too much, that's how you know it's gonna be some dope shit. And I had these songs for a while, and I just never really knew what to do with them. All these songs are kind of old. The outro, I had that beat for years, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, and so I freaked it just like the outro to The Dog on Riverside Drive 2. I just pretty much freestyled. The block market crash, the stock market dash, we getting fat stacks, mad gats for mad gets. So that's actually a freestyle. I didn't write that. And also the ad-lib track. And also what this symbolized too, it was just like, I was in this space where I didn't like a few people on here, and I really didn't feel comfortable with these songs. And they say you gotta face your fears, man. So what I did was I put all these songs I wasn't really gonna put out, and I put them all on a one tape. I didn't really have any problems with NC, but pretty much everybody else we've had like a discrepancy, and not nothing crazy, not problems, not like fucking, we had like beef or whatever. It was just kind of like an opposing view or opinion. So, I kind of just wanted to squash all that with this. This isn't a diss to anybody. This isn't like, oh, I'm better than y'all, or I could just do this or whatever. No, this is just like, kind of like a thank you, you know what I mean? And this is all like the homies, like, and that's all I'm looking at it. I don't think I'm going to publish anything, and I really can't publish anything without anyone's permission. So I'm just putting it out for free. The tracks Henny, Bruce, and Kitty. Henny Bruce is I recorded that when I was sick. I don't know if you could tell, but I really couldn't rap. So that's like me trying my hardest. I recorded that when I was staying with my grandma, so that means a lot to me because that was a turning point in my life, not just my career. And Kitty, that was like one of the first times I was singing on a track. We got Prodigy. I've been had that track. That was supposed to be for Six Sided Serbs, but I don't know where Flow Lucid's at. So this is kind of like my way of being like, yo, like, let's do something. So we got Prodigy, Mona Lisa Tears. I've been put that out, but I just wanted to put that on a project. Pound of Flesh and Judgment Day, same thing. And those are just really dope songs. I'm really proud of myself for like the work I did on those songs, because you could be a great artist, but if you got a shitty engineer or a shitty mixer and master, it's just not gonna come out well. And I have Capitalized with K Slugger. I never put that out, so shout out to K Slugger. We got to do some work. And that dude who connected me with that beat, that dude was just weird. He was just making funny moves. He wanted to sign me. He never got back to it because he knows that this Big Serves La Merca Superior shit is not free. So I don't know what's up with him. But we definitely don't need no liaison or middleman to do business. So shout out to K Slugger. The Docs with Nephew Hesh. That was on like a little EP I put out with maybe like 3 or 4 tracks. I'm forgetting what it was called. It might have just been called the Docs EP, probably. Fluent with Fluence World, that was another track that never came out. That was really, really dope. That he mixed it, and it was cool, but I didn't really like it how he did it. Not like no shots or nothing, but just that's my preference. I didn't really like what he did with the track. So I just remixed it, and he was just like an artist that I wanted to work with, and I didn't even know his history. Like he worked with DiBiase, and he's pretty much the originator of like the Green Llama shit, and pretty much DiBiase's whole aesthetic, if I'm not mistaken, from what I remember our conversations. So shout out to Fluence World. Maybe we could do something. Then we have Tommy Wallets. We put that out already, and I just wanted that on a project. Cloud of Doubt, I don't think ever came out, and I just really like that song. I wanted to put it out. That's like the same way with Henny Bruce and Kitty. Te Necesito, I put that out on Twitter, and I think Te Necesito was on the original 44 Degrees, but when I remastered it, I think I just forgot to put it on there. So I was like, well, you know what, fuck it. It kind of goes with Kitty, so I put that right after. Samurai Bump. Did I actually name that track? I think I'm going to change the title of that track if I left it that way. But yeah, that's with P Killer and DiBiase. So going back to Fluence World and the whole DiBiase thing, I wanted to shout out DiBiase as well, because DiBiase is a great producer, and he's one of those producers I grew up listening to and admiring his production. P Killer, he was like the first, P Killer got me into music pretty much. Like, he had a mic and I had a laptop. He needed somewhere to record, and I wanted to work with somebody, so it kind of worked out that we started doing music together. And that song is from 2016, bro. That's one of the oldest tracks recorded that I have ever. And I feel like it's really good. Like, still to this day, when you listen to it, you're like, damn, you probably think we just made that song, but nah, it's old as fuck. And shout out to P Killer, man. I hope he's doing good. He's doing like different shit. I don't even know if he's making music. I don't even know what's up with him anymore, but shout out to him. Lions Den never came out. I think Lions Den was supposed to come out like in 2018, I want to say, like in the summer or something like that. But I just never pressed the green light on it. I know NC is probably like, I know when because I told him I was going to put it out. I made a whole video for it too. And I told NC I was going to drop it. So he's probably like, all this time he was probably like, man, what the fuck happened to that song? That song ended up on this compilation, bro, because it's one of my favorite songs. And I remixed it and I put it back on here. And then the outro, I think I'm going to change the outro from Aha, because that's just what I named it, because fucking that's the sample. And yeah, I'll probably change it to Block Market Crash. But that was produced by Float Lucid. There's a lot of samples that I gave him that I'm like, yo, flip this, and he flipped it for me. And I know he strayed away from like sample based beats, even though like the last shit I heard from him was like a sample or something. But it doesn't matter to me, bro. Like, and my preference is samples, and if you're not gonna do it, then you're just not gonna do it. We're gonna freak it like how we gonna freak it. But that's Block Market Crash, one of my favorite projects I ever put out, because it just put itself together. That's what I love doing, spontaneous work that it just puts itself together. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to think, well, what does this mean, and themes and theories, and this is gonna stand the test of time. Like, no, bro. Like, everything you do needs to be like, it needs to just fall into place. And it doesn't have to be the most wicked shit, the most different shit. It just has to be existing in its own dimension, in its own realm. So that's what the Block Market Crash is. It's just a compilation of songs that represent a change in my life for the better. Even though we had like some dark times, and even though it got kind of a little spooky for a minute, we here, bruh, and it's all good and it's all gravy. It needed to happen. These things that we go through, these hard times, as people would say, they're not hard times. They're just moments of conflict in our lives. And what are you gonna do? Are you gonna mope around, bitch around, be a fucking, you know, walk around with the cloud over your head, or you gonna smile? You gonna smile through the pain, and you're gonna carry that, and you're gonna walk with that, even when you don't feel like walking with it, until you can run with it and then fucking keep it going, bruh. Cause that's what I'm all about. Cause we all go through shit every day, bruh. I ain't gotta explain that. But what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna fold, or are you gonna bounce back? So that's what this is, man. It's a block market crash. Disney removes Punisher content. Why, bruh? Disney, man, if you're gonna be making the rated R fucking Marvel movies, you gotta do it all the way, bro. You can't be censoring shit. Don't be like the police, bro, trying to censor shit and do all that fucking, don't be trying to PG or G-rate everything, bro, because that shit is lame. That shit is lame, bro. Don't be fucking... there's like, and it's not a big deal. There's only like 2 scenes that they censored, but I mean, come on now, it's the Punisher, bro. You gotta go all the way. If anything, you gotta be like NC-17 and shit. You gotta have fucking body parts getting blown apart and shit like that. You gotta make it so that it's the real deal spiel Holyfield. You feel me? Ye leaves Coachella, thank God. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. Travis Scott left. So I think they had Ye on the bill and he left too. So I don't know, man. I've had enough of Kanye, Kim Kardashian. I've had enough of Kyle Rittenhouse. I've had enough of the police brutality. For me, it all goes under the same shit of just bullshit that I don't really give a fuck about. I just wanted to talk about it real quick because I don't know, man. It's just not important. So I had to speak about it because it's not important. Oh, man. And they arrested Tory Lanez, bruh. Is he Tory Lanez anymore? Or is he Lanez again, bruh? I don't know. There's evidence coming out that Tory Lanez, his fucking DNA wasn't on the gun and it was actually Megan's friend. This is weird. This is fucking weird. This is weird. And what I have to say about it, if it is what Tory Lanez's been saying about the case, that if it is too good to be true, it probably is, bruh. I don't know. If Meg lied about this shit, she's fucking crazy, bruh. And I know that. I've been in that situation where fucking this beloved girl, for whatever reason, people like her, lies and gets everyone to believe that, whatever her story is true, and it ends up being fucking false. It's like, wow. Like I'm literally living that now. So to see this whole shit crumble on Meg Thee Stallion is kind of crazy, bro. It's kind of like, I can't even listen to shit anymore, bro. I can't even, because that just lets me know who you are as a person. Like, if you're publicly trying to solicit just lies and bullshit, that just lets me know, bro, that you're a piece of shit. And I'm not gonna call Megan a piece of shit just yet. I'm not gonna call Tory Lanez for now. I'm just gonna go with the facts and see what happens, see how this plays out. And I just wanted to talk about that real quick. Bill Collector wins $100,000 in the KOTD tournament against Pass. They had a battle like 1,000 motherfuckers. They had to fucking take a whole world tour and kiss babies and shake hands or whatever the fuck you say. I'm just joking about that. Bill Collector won $100,000. Let's give it up for Bill. Billiano, the Dano, Americano. Yeah, man. Bill collector, that's dope, man. 100,000 is life changing, bro. If I had $100,000, man, woo! I spend it on hookers and cocaine, baby. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's dope, man. Shout out to Bill collector. I didn't see the battles or nothing like that, but I will see it, recap it, and let y'all know. And speaking of rap battles, let's get into this recap. So RX versus First Lady Flames didn't go down. I didn't even see Lady Flames at the event, so I don't know what's up with that. The Saurus versus Lou Cypher. This was a fucking bad battle, guys. Some of the bars were really cool, and I really like the Saurus, but the Saurus to me isn't a very entertaining. He's just a good rapper. He's not very entertaining. So if he battles somebody like him where they're not entertaining at all, and then their bars suck too, it's like, oh my god, why? Let me just fucking watch Pokemon now, bruh, because this shit was fucking boring, bruh. And Lou Cypher, he does this thing where his whole shit is like charm and wittiness, and it's not really emphasized on his performance or his ability to rap, in my opinion. So I feel like I'll give the battle. I feel like the Saurus didn't smoke Lou Cypher, but I'll definitely give the Saurus 2-1 to Lou Cypher. I can't even remember shit that was said. So that's how you know, bro, it wasn't really a good battle. Then we have Danny Myers versus Frack. This was another battle that I was like, fuck, dude. Danny Myers choked, I think, in the second round. And Frack was gassing the whole fucking way through, bruh. So Danny Myers, he forgot a lot of his lines, and he's over here like, bro, I just did a battle over the weekend, you know, give me a break and shit. And it's like, bruh, that's kind of like why you should stop battling for a minute, bruh. Danny Myers had this reputation where he could just battle anybody, anytime, anywhere, and get it cracking, bruh. But obviously in this battle, Frack proved him wrong. And Frack had material saying that, you know, he battles like every week. He battles everybody. And Danny Myers choking just proved Frack. So I got to give it to Frack 3-0. I'm not even a fan of Frack. I don't even really like his battles. I don't even think he's that great of a battler anyway, but this just proves how dangerous Frack can be, picking apart an opponent like Danny Myers and just showing him, bro, like you ass out here, son. So I don't know, man. Danny Myers should take a seat, bro, and just think about a few things, bro, at the least. Big K versus Jay the Nightwing. The Nightwing got his shit ripped apart by the dog, bruh. Big K, I really hate that he does like a fire first round and then short like 2-minute second and third rounds, bruh. That's how I feel like Calico beat him, bruh, cause Big K, he banked like on all his material in the first round, and he lost steam. And I feel like Calico was gassing all 3 rounds for that battle, so I had to give that a Cal 2-1. But we're talking about Big K versus Jay the Nightwing. Even with his short rounds, Big K beat Jay the Nightwing. Jay the Nightwing does that fucking charm and swagger type shit that I don't like when rappers do. Pat Stay does it best, where he's just like, he'll just come in and already knowing he's gonna win, like, fuck you, like, and then he'll get into lyrical shit, which makes him even better. But in this battle, Big K versus Jay the Nightwing, Big K had this line where he was like, split wing in half, you want the drummer to flat. That was hard, bruh. That was one of the best lines I've ever heard, ever, from any battler. And then we have, so I give it a Big K 2-1. Jay the Nightwing's first was all right, but then I don't know. I didn't really like the battle after the first round, really, except for Big K's rounds. And then we had Bored Ape versus CryptoPunk. Bored Ape voiced by Ilmac and CryptoPunk voiced by B-Dot. This was cool. I can't really say if there was a clear winner or a clear loser, because it's a cartoon battle. and it's just like characters. So I'll say it was very entertaining. We had Nems as the Tims, and it was just fun to see. Overall, I just really like the performances before the battles, like with what do they call themselves, like white Buddhists or something like that. It's Chase Moore and fucking Confucius, or I'm sorry not to be racist, but I don't know the dude's name, but they're like white Buddhists or some shit like that, white Blizzard or white elephants or some shit like that. But the performances before the battle, the Bored Ape versus CryptoPunk, and the performances after the battles were awesome. The battles themselves weren't that good, but considering this was I think the first rap off card, was it the first rap off card? It was pretty dope, man. It was pretty all right. I'll give it just a solid 7. It wasn't crazy, but it was a lot better. It was a lot more entertaining than I thought it would be, just as an event as a whole. I'll just give it a solid 7. So that was the wrap off. I guess Ilmac put that together, and Avocado. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to the whole Ruin Your Day team. And while my parents, they went to Costa Rica, they got this cocoa powder from Nicaragua. They went to Nicaragua for a day, and I made brownies out of them, bruh. And it just really took me back to when I went to China, and I didn't like the food over there. When I tasted the brownie, it was like, man, like this is why I don't like the food over there, because it just tasted really weird, like really different. I'm not a huge fan of the brownies, and I don't know if I'll make any more. I'll make something different, but I don't know. They were Food is better when you're used to it and it's from where you're from, bro, because you know what you're getting. You're used to it. You're kind of programmed to it. Versus cocoa powder that was grown in a whole nother fucking country, right? But regardless, I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna see what's cracking with it. I've been seeing this whole shit about Jack Harlow, bro. He's the next biggest shit, white boy since Eminem. And I don't want to come at this like if I'm envious or anything, but I just think it's kind of weird, bro. Like if Jack Harlow was black, would he be this famous? If he was Mexican, do you think he'd be famous at all? I don't know, man. I'm kind of seeing his fucking face around like I don't know. His songs are alright. I don't want this to sound like I'm hating or anything, but I just feel like I see him too often, bro. There's way too many talented up and coming artists like me that are on the go. Even like Lou the Human. Like I don't even really like his music either, but I think he's like a white boy that spits better than Jack Harlow. And I'm not trying to downplay anything. This is just some shit that I want to speak on, bro, because Jack Harlow just sounds like the illest sheriff from like an Ozark movie or something like that. And this is what I always think of, man. If you're not white and if you're white and you're rapping, it's the coolest thing, bro. Because white rappers are like unicorns, bro. Especially good ones, bro. That's why Eminem is so famous, and that's why Jack Harlow is getting love. But if he was black, if he was Mexican, do you think he'd be famous? I don't know, man. Let me know in the comments. This is the God's Hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. scars by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. He wed Prada, the devil like inside your box now.
While the angels fly over my headstone.